What game won again? Was it Waveform?
Yeah, Waveform.
Okay.
I haven't heard of any of the games that you mentioned, so...
Oh,
They're all
don't worry.
garbage games, Rob.
Yeah, you shouldn't have.
Is Waveform or sometimes you joined? Or is it something else?
No. Are we getting joined by, the previous Sometimes You Guessed at any point? If not, then we'll just do it.
He didn't respond to me.
Okay, then we're just doing it at some point anyway. Okay. You guys get to see some FMV action.
Well, you get this loaded up.
Wait, I picked an FMV game?
No, not right now. I have some FMV games ahead of us. Alright, so, this is Waveform. Get chat up, by the way.
I'll be back in a second.
I've never heard of Waveform before. I've just got to get the Steam cards in it. That is the objective of Game Kiwi Breaks Even. I bought this game for about 15 pence, maybe 9 pence. Hopefully I can sell the cards on and make a profit.
How do you get a game for 15 pence?
Steam sale. That's basically how it always works. Sometimes they're good games, sometimes they're really, really bad games. Alright. I have no idea how this game
Was it
works.
on sale for like 95% off or something?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
First things first, I'm going to turn the game down a tiny bit. In Mixer, because that's probably super loud on your end. Viewers. But yeah, basically in the Steam sale I bought every single thing that was less than like 30 pence. And it came to about £5 total. And no Jobson, you do not have to actually play the games for 2 hours to get Steam cards. Actually,
wait, so if you bought every single game that was underneath 30 pence and you spent £5, did you end up buying like 20 games or something?
Yep, sure did.
That's crazy.
Alright. I don't know what I'm actually doing here. I didn't read any of that tutorial. I'm supposed to be getting this stuff. Oh, I get it. Kind of.
So you're matching the frequency of the sine wave.
Yeah, but I kind of suck at it.
There appears to be no audio feedback.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that now. Sorry, I just realised. You should be able to hear it now. Can you hear that?
Okay, there we go.
How is this decent game? Just give me a decent ranking. I've missed like half of everything. This game is not good.
This is like one of those things where somebody comes up with a single mechanic and decides to make an entire game.
Sure it is. And apparently that was beautiful.
What are you doing this game,
You drag the mouse and you try to match the frequency of the sine wave with the dot things.
Yes.
It doesn't sound awful.
It's not a good control system at all.
Oh. The concept sounds okay.
Well, see, the thing is, the way that sine waves work, your lead up to the to those dots or whatever, the way that you angle it, it's going to affect your trajectory into it. So it's kind of like the mechanic actually kind of doesn't work.
Oh.
Because you can't adjust on the fly to it.
Yeah, like you're already on a path by the time you get there. You have to basically, if you want to complete the level, you have to make a precisely perfect path.
Thing? What happens if you miss the thing?
Nothing. I missed it.
What happens if you hit it?
Nothing. It's the end of the level, that's all.
Oh, so it's there for that thing's there for no reason.
It's going to continue.
Let's see, what's
Okay, my one big criticism with this idea is that mechanics. Games are systems, right? Anybody can accept that.
Yep.
Yeah.
A mechanic is not a system.
Nope. It's
Just because
sure
you
it
came
isn't.
up with a mechanic doesn't mean you have a system. And if you don't have a system, you don't have a game.
Hey, what did I play after one?
Oh,
Finger
they
Death
got
Punch? Did I
they
play
got
anything?
extra things. They got a ×2 bonus here now.
Oh, I played Cook Serve Delicious.
Yeah, you play Cook Serve Delicious, so
See, One Finger Death Punch is a perfect example. Like, it's a very simple and elegant mechanic, but they create systems out of it because they layer on complexity and stuff.
there's more complexity here. That was only the first level. Like now there's hoops I've got to jump through to change the bonus I get.
But it's still the same mechanic.
Yeah, it still is. But now I've just got
Like,
extra
it's
hoops.
not modifying how you play the game at all.
Oh, now there's enemies, I guess. I just basically pick a waypoint and stay right there.
But see, this is what I mean. You're playing the game in the identical way.
Yep. It's developer's path of the game.
AP, when you get a chance, it still says we're playing EU4.
Yeah, I'll change that as soon as this game is done with. This bad game.
I'll be back 1 second.
I don't even want to try and break even on this build. It's just dull. Like, this is probably like the biggest indie trash on Steam. Like, cheap.
Oh no, it gets a hell of a lot worse.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, trust me, I have worse. I have worse. Like, I have some real bad indie stuff on from Steam.
But
Yeah,
if you want to see what the real bottom of the barrel is, you need to check out Jim Sterling's channel. Because the garbage that he finds on Steam is truly making.
I've found like Russian-made FMV games. We've done something with one of them before. Detective Jobson was actually in chat. And Detective Jobson, guess what? Today we are looking at another one of that person's games.
Jobson, you're off the case.
Is that another FMV game?
Yep, it's an FMV game. It is called Retention. I have no
Well, at least
idea
he's
what it's
got an
about.
aesthetic.
So, the testing last night really made me want a bigger audio mixing board than I have. I need more inputs.
Cat Dirty, you know about audio. Do you know anything about
a
mixing
bit.
boards?
I've worked in studios with mixing boards with like 24 inputs, so yeah.
Mine has 3 inputs and mine has 2 inputs and a microphone.
That sounds like an interface, not a mixing board.
It has mixy dials on it. It's just this tiny it's a tiny baby mixing board.
But is that
Wait,
straight
hang
out
on,
USB, or are you going from that mixing board to an actual interface?
There's no USB involved with it.
And how are you getting your inputs into your computer?
I have, what is it, 1/4 inch the big ones, or is that 1/2 inch? It's 1/4 inch, right? I have those things plugged. I have those things plugged into the speaker hole on my computer.
Yeah, that's probably a bad way to do it.
Probably, but it's the first way I could think of. What would be a better way to do it?
Well, you take your RCA outputs and you put them into an interface. That's how it's done in studios all over the world, basically.
What's an interface? I'm super new to audio, so.
Well, they just call it an interface because you're interfacing with the computer. Like, the thing that I'm using right now is just an interface. Like, it's got 2 inputs,
Okay.
so you can take the stereo outputs from your mixing board.
Okay.
And, it'll convert them the signal through the interface's DAC, so it usually sounds quite a bit better than like your onboard sound or whatever. But really simple 2-input interfaces are usually pretty cheap, and anything by like Focusrite's usually pretty good. But you can even get like cheap, like $30 around there Behringer interfaces that just takes the RCA outputs from your mixing board, and that way you can get like a good clean signal into your computer through USB.
Oh, okay, that's what this is. Okay, it's like a little. It's hard to describe what it is. There's a line in with some outputs and stuff, and some dials. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll get one of these. Probably better. So in what way is that? Is it just sound quality that make it better?
It's sound quality, but it's also just easier to control the environment of your sound.
Okay. Because the reason I got the mixing board was because I have the Elgato pumping things to a TV, so AP couldn't hear. No, I couldn't hear audio in sync with the game as I was playing it and the computer at the same time. So I have it so it feeds it from the TV in real time and the computer.
So do you have one of those capture cards that has like a long delay or something?
Yeah, the Elgato has about 2-second delay natively because it has an encoding chip on it.
By the way, I agree with Johnson. This would probably be an alright phone game. It doesn't control well on PC.
This is a weird version of Europa Universalis 4.
I'm trying to remember the name of my capture card.
Paradox of experimenting.
You should probably change that.
I will as soon as I can. And by as soon as I can, I don't mean right now. I mean like when I get around to it.
So I've got an Ava Media Black Magic, I think it's called.
I've heard those are good.
The encoding time is literally like 100 milliseconds. You can actually play the game as it's encoding.
Oh wow.
So you don't have to split it out.
That would be nice.
That sounds like some black magic.
And that's how I stream stuff, because you don't actually, like the 2-second encoding is completely unnecessary, like nothing takes that long to encode.
Mary Kish is in chat. Hi Mary.
Oh, hey Mary.
She loves her Ava.
Is yours an external or an internal card, Cat Doder?
It's an internal card.
Okay.
Hey Kish, you tuned in for the bad block. You tuned in for Game Kiwi Breaks Even, where I take every 30 pence or less Steam game that was on the last Steam sale, and I bought all of them. I'm going to play them until I get the Steam cards back and can sell them back. The idea is that if I do not break even on it, I have to donate the value of the game to the charity, which I have no problems with. And if I do break even, I donate any profits I get to the charity. I do not expect to break even with any of these games. Asshole.
Hey man, you never know.
Yeah, I never know. I've broken even with a single game, a dodgy Russian FMV game. No, it isn't a good game. You basically control a sine wave, and you try and make your dumb blob not hit things. Well, you're trying to hit the blue orbs, but you're trying to not hit the black squares. It is a mechanic, not a game, as Cat Dota quite eloquently put it earlier on. Cat Dota, by the way, is the Australian guy.
It seems like it would be a really good.
Well, the way that I put it is it's
for Fallout.
It's a mechanic and it's not a system. You need systems to make good games, you know.
Yeah.
This isn't a full game, really. Luckily, it was about 15 pence.
Mary, for this segment or for in general?
Yeah, in general, or this for this segment of the Breaks Even block.
Because for this segment, we had a poll that we drew from.
Because don't worry, we will not be playing this game for a whole hour.
Oh yeah, no way.
It will be until I get bored of it, which is probably the end of this level. fact, I just finished that
Strike
level,
blasted
so
this-
I'm done with this block. This section of it.
Okay, so here,
Yeah.
here are
But
the
what-
games. I'm posting them in chat now, so you'll get them before you hear me say this.
Yeah. Ignore the,
Yeah. So these
Ignore
are the games for the
one
breaks even.
that says Waveform. That's what we just played.
Yeah.
There's kind of a theme going on here.
Jobson only in
This game was so
Japan is
cheap
games that
that it is
never got
black
translated.
screened. My main. There we go. It's black screen my main monitor, and I have to cancel it in Task Manager. Great. And by the way, that game that was listed there was not Europa Universalis 4. That was something that I did earlier.
Wait,
I've
it
actually
wasn't?
I played 2 of these. They're both bad.
Mary, do you want an option? I'm going to let you pick the next cheap indie Steam game from that list. Do not pick Waveform, it's what we just played.
Cat Doder, I'm giving you a link to the mixer I'm using now. In
A link where?
In Discord.
Okay.
So yeah, you get the
down
master
in the
choice
chat.
here, Mary. By the way, I am AP. I'm Mikey's video and broadcast partner.
It's not much of a choice when every option is terrible.
Yeah, every option's going to be
And
terrible.
it's
Actually,
not a
since
choice, it's just not a good one.
what is this?
What are you recommending, Just Mary?
Downwell.
Downwell's super cool.
I would buy Downwell and play it, but I've got all these cheap indie games. In fact, do you know what I think we do?
Yeah, Downwell's super cool though.
Retention. There's no better time than now to do dodgy Russian FMV games.
Yeah. It's one of our the first one's one of our highest rated videos.
Yeah, oddly enough, even though half the video is missing. So, we move back over
Well,
to gameplay.
it just-
Back over to now
It
playing.
leaves people wondering
Yeah.
for more.
Alright. I have retention installed, I hope. I do. Great. It is on the wrong monitor.
So that mixer, is that the exact mixer that you have?
Yes.
With just the one XLR input?
Yep. And I don't have. I'm using a Snowball, so I don't have
Game
an XLR
please.
mic. I would love an XLR mic, but I don't have the budget for it at the moment.
You just gotta sell
Wait,
out.
isn't that a USB mic?
The Snowball, yeah.
Then why have a mixer?
So I can. Is the problem I had before, so I could hear from my
Oh,
TV
right, yeah,
in
yeah.
real time. Yeah. I would like to convert to analog sound stuff
Stop.
as soon as I can, though.
Let's get window capture, because it won't actually pick up other captures.
It won't
There
even
should
pick
be.
up monitor?
Properties.
You see, in the customers who bought this also bought. See how there's the thing called the Behringer UCA 202.
Yeah.
That's what you want to get. You want to output from the mixer into that.
Okay. So output my computer sound in. Okay.
Yeah, see the left and right stereo audio outputs from the mixer goes to that interface, and then you plug it
This
in by USB.
game doesn't actually get registered by OBS.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a game, it's an interactive movie.
Yeah, it's an interactive movie, man.
I might need you to explain the workflow of this thing to me a little bit better, Cat Doder.
Well, basically, your mixer will
So
it'll
before,
become its own
before the-
device, basically.
Okay, so before the interface, what's going into my mixer?
Whatever you
Same
want.
things I have now.
Yeah, same things.
Okay, and then
Donation
so
tracker.
I plug it. I have it go
OBS,
into
what are you doing to me?
this interface, and this plugs it back into the computer, and it goes all in one stream through this to my computer.